Today's update is important and it deserves your full attention because it directly affects how money moves into the hands of seniors, retirees, and people living on fixed incomes across the United States. Right now, federal officials are revising key parts of the National Relief Strategy, and these revisions are changing how stimulus support, pension protections, and benefit adjustments are handled. These changes are not just headlines. They affect real monthly budgets, grocery costs, rent payments, medical bills, and the sense of financial stability that so many older Americans rely on. This update explains clearly what has changed, what is being revised, and how payments are expected to move going forward. Over the past several months, policymakers have been under increasing pressure to respond to rising living costs that continue to affect seniors more than most other groups. Inflation may have slowed on paper, but everyday expenses remain high, especially for housing, healthcare, utilities, and food. Fixed incomes do not stretch the way wages sometimes can, and that reality is shaping the current relief plan revisions. The federal government has acknowledged that earlier approaches did not fully account for how prolonged cost increases affect retirees, Social Security recipients, disability beneficiaries, and veterans. That acknowledgement is now turning into structural changes. The revised relief framework is not being presented as a single one-time payment plan like earlier stimulus programs. Instead, it is being shaped as a layered adjustment that works alongside existing benefit systems. This means Social Security, supplemental security income, Social Security disability insurance, and veterans benefits are all being reviewed together rather than separately. The goal of this revision is to prevent gaps where some seniors receive help while others fall just outside eligibility lines. These gaps created confusion and hardship in the past, and lawmakers are now attempting to correct that problem. One of the most important shifts in the revised plan is how eligibility is being defined. Instead of relying solely on income from tax filings, agencies are placing more weight on current benefit status and household cost burdens. Seniors who rely primarily on Social Security are being treated differently from working-age households, and this distinction matters. Fixed income households do not have the same flexibility to absorb sudden cost increases, and the revised plan reflects that reality more clearly than previous efforts. Another significant change involves how relief funds interact with existing monthly benefits. In earlier stimulus rounds, some recipients experienced delays, confusion, or temporary disruptions when relief payments overlapped with benefit processing systems. The revised structure is designed to avoid that disruption by aligning relief deposits with established benefit schedules. This means payments are expected to arrive in a way that feels familiar rather than disruptive, reducing uncertainty and stress. The revised plan also recognizes that seniors are not a single group with identical needs. A retiree living alone on Social Security faces different challenges than a disabled senior receiving SSI, and both differ from a veteran relying on VA benefits. The updated approach allows adjustments to reflect these differences without forcing individuals to navigate complicated new application processes. This is especially important for older adults who may struggle with paperwork or digital systems. Cost of living adjustments remain a central issue in this discussion. While annual adjustments help, they often lag behind real-world expenses. The revised relief plan is intended to provide additional support during periods when costs rise faster than expected. This is not meant to replace existing adjustments, but to reinforce them when they are not enough. For seniors, this means fewer months where expenses outpace income with no buffer. Healthcare costs are playing a major role in shaping these revisions. Prescription drugs, medical appointments, and insurance premiums continue to take a larger share of senior budgets. Policymakers are increasingly aware that even small increases in these costs can create serious financial strain. The revised relief framework takes into account healthcare-related expenses as a key factor in determining how support is distributed. Housing stability is another area receiving attention. Rent increases, property taxes, and maintenance costs have placed pressure on older homeowners and renters alike. The revised plan acknowledges that housing insecurity among seniors is rising, even among those who receive regular benefits. Relief adjustments are being structured to help reduce the risk of missed payments or forced moves, which can be devastating at an older age. Food costs are also a central concern. Grocery prices may fluctuate, but the overall trend has remained higher than what many seniors budgeted for. Nutrition is directly tied to health, and financial stress around food can lead to serious long-term consequences. The revised relief strategy recognizes that maintaining access to affordable food is not optional, especially for older adults managing health conditions. Another key feature of the revised plan is predictability. Seniors consistently report that uncertainty is one of the most stressful aspects of financial assistance programs. Not knowing when help will arrive or how long it will last makes planning nearly impossible. The current revisions emphasize clear timelines and consistent delivery methods, helping recipients plan their finances with greater confidence. Communication has also been identified as a weakness in earlier efforts. Confusing messages, conflicting information, and unclear explanations caused unnecessary anxiety. While no system is perfect, the revised plan includes clearer coordination between agencies so that seniors receive consistent information through official channels. This is meant to reduce rumors and misinformation that often spread during periods of financial uncertainty. The revised relief plan does not exist in isolation. It is being shaped alongside broader discussions about the long-term sustainability of senior benefits. While immediate support is the focus, policymakers are also aware that short-term fixes must align with long-term stability. This balancing act is difficult, but it is guiding many of the decisions now being made. Importantly, the revised plan reflects lessons learned from past stimulus efforts. Earlier programs moved quickly during emergencies, which was necessary at the time. However, speed sometimes came at the expense of precision. The current approach is more deliberate, aiming to deliver help where it is most needed without creating unintended consequences. For seniors, this means that relief is increasingly being treated as part of an ongoing support system rather than a temporary patch. This shift in mindset matters because it changes how assistance is designed, delivered, and evaluated. It acknowledges that economic pressures on older adults are not short-lived events, but ongoing realities. As this revised plan moves forward, agencies are coordinating more closely to ensure that payments do not interfere with eligibility for other programs. This coordination helps prevent situations where receiving relief accidentally reduces access to essential benefits. For seniors who rely on multiple programs, this protection is critical. The revised approach also considers the administrative burden placed on recipients. Seniors should not have to repeatedly prove their need or navigate complex systems to receive support. The goal is to use existing records and benefit information to streamline delivery whenever possible. This reduces stress and ensures that assistance reaches people in a timely manner. Throughout this process, the focus remains on dignity and stability. Financial assistance is not just about numbers on a statement. It is about peace of mind, the ability to meet basic needs, and the confidence that support systems will respond when conditions change. The revised relief plan reflects a growing recognition of these human factors. This update marks a meaningful shift in how stimulus support and senior benefits are being aligned. It does not solve every problem, but it represents progress toward a system that better reflects the realities of aging in today's economy. Understanding these changes helps seniors stay informed and prepared as adjustments continue to roll out. As the revised relief plan moves from discussion into action, the question that matters most is how payments are actually expected to reach seniors and which groups are prioritized under the updated structure. The central idea guiding these changes is continuity. Instead of creating a separate system that runs parallel to existing benefits, the revised approach builds directly on what seniors already receive. This reduces confusion and ensures that support arrives through familiar channels that people already trust and understand. For Social Security recipients, the revised plan treats monthly retirement benefits as the foundation of eligibility. Seniors who depend primarily on these payments are recognized as facing ongoing financial exposure when prices rise faster than adjustments can keep up. The relief revisions are designed to supplement that foundation during periods of elevated costs without replacing or interrupting regular monthly payments. This approach protects stability and avoids the stress that can come from sudden changes to established income streams. For those receiving supplemental security income, the revised framework places particular emphasis on vulnerability. SSI recipients often live on the tightest margins, and even small changes in expenses can have immediate consequences. The revised plan reflects this by ensuring that additional relief does not disqualify recipients from ongoing support. This alignment is critical because losing eligibility, even temporarily, can create serious hardship that takes months to correct. Social Security disability insurance recipients are also directly addressed in the revised structure. Many individuals receiving disability benefits face ongoing medical expenses that fluctuate unpredictably. The updated relief approach recognizes that disability-related costs are not optional and cannot be deferred. By integrating relief with existing disability payments, the plan aims to provide consistent support during times when expenses increase beyond what regular benefits can cover. Veterans receiving benefits through the Department of Veterans Affairs are included as a distinct group within the revised plan. The updated framework acknowledges that veterans often rely on benefits tied to service-related conditions that require ongoing care. Relief adjustments are designed to complement these benefits rather than overlap them in ways that could create administrative complications. This coordination helps ensure that veterans receive support without delays or confusion. Timing remains one of the most important elements of the revised plan. Seniors consistently report that late or unpredictable payments cause significant stress, even when amounts are eventually corrected. The revised relief structure places strong emphasis on aligning payment timing with existing benefit schedules. This means support is expected to arrive when seniors are already accustomed to receiving their monthly income, making budgeting more manageable. Another important aspect of the revised plan is how it addresses households with mixed income sources. Some seniors receive Social Security while also relying on small pensions or part-time income. The updated eligibility rules are designed to account for this reality without penalizing individuals who supplement their benefits modestly. This prevents situations where small additional income leads to the loss of much-needed relief. The revised plan also reflects a shift in how financial strain is measured. Instead of focusing only on annual income totals, agencies are placing greater weight on ongoing monthly obligations. This includes recurring expenses such as housing, utilities, insurance, and medical costs. By considering these factors together, the revised approach paints a more accurate picture of financial need among seniors. Payment delivery methods are another area where changes are being implemented. Direct deposit remains the primary method for distributing benefits, and the revised plan continues to rely on this system. For seniors who receive payments by mail, additional safeguards are being emphasized to reduce delays. Ensuring timely delivery is especially important for those who depend on physical checks to manage their finances. The revised relief plan also addresses coordination between federal and state-level assistance programs. In the past, overlapping rules sometimes created unintended reductions in support. The updated approach seeks to minimize these conflicts by clarifying how relief interacts with other forms of assistance. This coordination helps seniors avoid losing access to essential programs due to technicalities. Communication remains a central theme throughout the revised framework. Seniors need clear, consistent information to make informed decisions. The updated plan emphasizes unified messaging across agencies so that recipients are not receiving conflicting explanations about their benefits. This consistency reduces anxiety and helps build confidence in the system. Another key focus of the revised plan is fraud prevention without creating barriers for legitimate recipients. Past relief efforts sometimes led to increased scams targeting seniors. The updated approach includes stronger verification measures behind the scenes while keeping the experience simple for recipients. This balance protects seniors without forcing them to navigate complicated procedures. The revised plan also acknowledges the emotional impact of financial insecurity. Stress related to money can affect physical and mental health, particularly for older adults. By emphasizing predictability and reliability, the updated framework aims to reduce the constant worry that many seniors experience when expenses rise unexpectedly. As payments move through established systems, agencies are monitoring outcomes closely. The revised plan includes ongoing review mechanisms to identify gaps or delays quickly. This allows adjustments to be made without waiting for long review cycles. For seniors, this means problems are more likely to be addressed in real time rather than months later. The role of cost of living pressures continues to influence every aspect of the revised approach. While no plan can eliminate inflation entirely, the goal is to reduce its most harmful effects on those least able to absorb them. Seniors living on fixed incomes are at the center of this effort, and their needs are shaping policy decisions more directly than in the past. The revised relief structure also reinforces the idea that assistance should adapt as conditions change. Economic pressures do not follow a fixed schedule, and support systems must be flexible enough to respond. This adaptability is a defining feature of the updated plan and represents a departure from earlier, more rigid approaches. Importantly, the revised plan does not require seniors to take new actions or complete additional steps to receive support. By relying on existing benefit records, agencies aim to deliver relief automatically whenever possible. This reduces the risk of missed payments due to paperwork issues or misunderstandings. Throughout this process, transparency remains essential. Seniors deserve to understand how decisions are made and how support is distributed. The revised plan emphasizes clear explanations and straightforward communication so that recipients can feel confident in what they are receiving and why. As these changes continue to unfold, the overall direction is clear. Relief is being integrated more thoughtfully into the systems seniors already depend on. This integration strengthens stability and reduces the uncertainty that has characterized earlier efforts. Understanding these developments helps seniors stay prepared and informed. While adjustments will continue, the revised plan represents a more coordinated and respectful approach to supporting older Americans during challenging economic times.